would you describe Chief Judge Perry?
I think he's a great jurist and one of the hardest working judges I've ever seen in my career. He has been amazing for Central Florida in his role as Chief Judge. He suffers fools lightly. He's nobody's fool. And I think that part of the strategy of the defense in this case was to get a new judge so they could drag this on. They made a major mistake. He is going to be up to speed in no time, and he will not tolerate any type of shenanigans in his courtroom. I think he's a great judge, a great choice for this case. He's a former prosecutor. Used to be one of the main people in the state attorney's office, had many death penalty cases and homicide cases in his career, and was a state prosecutor for many years. Moreover, his father was one of the first two African-American police officers here in Orlando, and so he comes from a law enforcement background. He was a prosecutor. He's been a very fair, right down the middle judge, but he does not tolerate foolishness, and he will keep everybody in check and make sure they're doing their jobs professionally.
What kind of a lawyer fears Judge Perry?
The lawyer who should fear Judge Perry is one who's not going to be respectful to the court and one who's not going to be prepared. He's going to walk in prepared. He's going to know the law. He's going to know the issues. And he's going to know who's trying to pull the wool over his eyes. He will not accept it. He will not tolerate it.
How will this case change with Judge Perry?
I think that both judges are excellent judges. Judge Strickland and Judge Perry are two of our very best judges. Both are bright, well-respected jurists who I think are an absolute plus to the people of Central Florida. I think that Judge Strickland might be a little bit more easygoing on the bench and might have allowed or permitted one side or the other a little bit more latitude sometimes. Doesn't mean it was right or wrong. It's just a difference in style. I think Judge Perry will keep things at a fast clip, and he will not tolerate in any way, shape, or form anybody trying to pull the wool over the court's eyes. Won't happen.
Do you think his objective is going to get this case to trial?
I think his objective will be give a fair trial and get it to trial as soon as possible. If the trial date continues to stay next summer, as I understand it to be in 2011, then he'll be ready, and the defense and the state better be ready as well, because he will not tolerate any extensions. I would be surprised if he would tolerate any extensions.
What would you say to the statement that Judge Perry is more likely to sentence anyone to death compared to Judge Strickland?
I think they both take their jobs very seriously, and they would both be very thoughtful and pensive. It's the ultimate choice, the ultimate decision that a judge would have to make. And I think both are men who would strongly consider and be painstaking in their approach about applying the death sentence. I will say that if Judge Perry believes it to be appropriate, he will institute it. Both of them are excellent jurists. I think they both would treat this responsibility very seriously. But Judge Perry has a lot of experience in this area, knows the law in this area as far as aggravating and mitigating factors, and I think very simply will apply the law. And if he deems it appropriate, will do so. And if he deems it inappropriate, will similarly, despite a public outcry that it maybe should be given or not, in this case or any case, he'll do what he thinks is legally correct, not what he thinks is politically correct.
Do you think that he's the most qualified as far as experience?
I think that with Judge Strickland stepping off the bench, I don't think we could have had a better choice or replacement for Judge Strickland. There could not be a better one than Judge Perry. He is as good as it gets, and he's an excellent judge.